Radz-at-Han, and we'll go ahead and get started with 6.55 MSQ. Let's go ahead and run on up here to the... Oh yeah, it's Varshan, it's not the actual guard. Let's go ahead and talk to Varshan, and actually let's talk to Ashdaya first. I find it hilarious that Ashdaya is just a little tiny dragon newt now. Radz-at-Han, home. Anyway, let's talk to Varshan and get started. When one door closes, I'll never get over the fact that Kryl has like a cute pink bow with her hair. It's just like something about this is like super cute to me. When one door closes, Varshan has a message from Charlene. Of course they do. Oh right, because Aaronville. And last time I believe we saw Aaronville and the first appearance of a Hrothgal getting off of a ship, and then Kryl found some ancient letter that she hadn't, that when she was cleaning up some stuff from somewhere that was addressed to her grandfather. Is it grandfather or father? I think it's grandfather. Anyway, let's keep going. Ah, brilliant. One of my clerks was just here with a message for you. The students of Balthizian require your presence in Charlene at your earliest convenience. Indebted as I am to our friends, I had hoped that I might too be of service, but it is you alone that they require. If you've no pressing business, pray make your way to the Balthizian Annex at once. Ojiga awaits your arrival. Of course, we were just in Charlene, but now we gotta head right back. In the meantime, I shall continue showing Ashdaya the city. From notable landmarks to people's lives, there's still much more for her to see. Yep, sounds good. Farewell for now, my friend. I look forward to the day we set forth on another adventure together. Alright then, let's just teleport back to old Charlene. It's over here, right? Yeah. And head over to the Balthizian Annex. Alright, Ojika. What have you got for us? A warm and hearty welcome to you, Brillian. I gather you received our message. Please wait here while I fetch Kryl and Graha. Oh, she's got the hearing on now. Thank you for coming on such short notice. Forgive us for sending for you so soon after your trials in the void. To say nothing of your grueling battle against the 12. Oh right, I guess that would, that changes if you finished, Thalia. Which I'm glad we finished that up. Now then, we aren't actually the ones who require your presence, but Aaronville. He stopped by recently, you see, and asked us to reach out to you on his behalf. I imagine you're as surprised as we are, given that he was supposed to be away on a long expedition. Something must have necessitated a change in his plans. All he would tell me is there is someone whom he wishes Brillian to meet. He also mentioned that he would be tending to business at the studium. Shall we look for him there? No one's gonna wave goodbye to Ojika? Alright, let's head on over to the studium, see if we can find Aaronville. Obviously, I know who the visitor that we're supposed to meet is, because, like, it'd be hard for you not to know what her name is at this point. If you've been on the internet. Aaronville's early return likely has something to do with his visitor. Who could it be, I wonder? Now then, where is Aaronville? Just look for the swarming horde of fangirls. I'm sure you can't miss them. He conveniently walks out. Conveniently walks out of the studio right now.
Apologies for the wait. I hope I haven't called you away from anything important. I chanced upon some commissioned items at my destination, so I thought I might deliver them.
Where did you go, if I may ask?
I wonder.
The New World. Tural.
You went to Tural? Then the person who you wish to introduce...
Aye, she hails from there. I present to you...
She's still in there, isn't she?
But it seems you've lost her.
Did she wander off?
There she is.
Sorry. It's just so different here. I can't help but want to explore.
Well, while you were exploring, your candidate came to us. This is her. The adventurer you crossed the seas to meet.
Ooh, you weren't exaggerating. It's plain she's no ordinary woman. I'm Uklamat, claimant to the throne of Tulihuela.
Tulihuela.
It's Tural's governing nation. The capital bears the same name.
I'll get to the point. I want you to come with me to my homeland.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Given the magnitude of the request, perhaps you should explain why you're making it?
Of course. Soon, an event of great import will be held in Tural. The Rite of Succession. Taking the form of a contest, it will determine who next ascends the throne.
Didn't you just say you were heir to the throne?
As daughter to its present keeper, I will participate.
Okay.
And I have every intention of winning. I was searching for champions to join me when Erenville told me about you. A mighty warrior who knows no fear, who sweeps aside terrible fiends as if they were reeds, who flew to the edge of existence and saved our star.
Erenville.
She asked who Eorzea's greatest hero was, and so I told her. Much more elegantly, I might add.
Now you know why. You'll come to Tural, yes?
I mean, sure.
Wait, let's all just slow down. Wuklamat, was it? You claim to be of the royal family, but is it not the Mamulja who rule in Tural?
Tulihuela is a nation of many peoples. Not only the Mamulja, as some across the seas are quick to assume. That said, its present ruler is a Mamulja, and one blessed with two heads besides. He's also my father. Not by blood, obviously, but he raised me as his own, and that's what matters.
So that is the way of it.
The
My
ears.
apologies if I was indelicate.
Hardly. I know little about your land, and nothing about your parentage. But in my eagerness, I've gotten ahead of myself. I can't expect you to agree on the spot when we've only just met.
Oh no, I'm already agreeing.
If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Just know, though, that if it's adventure you seek, you could do far worse than come with me. Now, this is only a rumor. But apparently, the contest will involve the fabled city of gold and the legendary beast, Valyarmanda. Tell me that doesn't pique your interest.
You have my complete attention. This is strictly a rumor, nothing more. Golden City, I've heard about that before. Yeah, Emmett mentioned it, I believe.
So the tales have reached even these shores. I can't help but feel proud.
I advise you not to put much store by these rumors. Golden cities are not but a dreamer's fancy.
I don't know about that, Aaronville.
Says the dreamer who was bent on finding one when he was a child. Just because you failed doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a gleaner.
Tuliolal and the Golden City. Just like in the letter to Grandfather.
Or is that where we heard of it? I'm pretty sure Emmett mentioned it in the last cutscene.
Regardless of what the contest may entail, it'll be no simple thing. If I'm to triumph, I'll need capable and dependable companions. So let's go on a hunt together. There's no better way to get acquainted.
Poor Aaronville. She's just completely embarrassing him. When one door closes, another door opens. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to everyone. Name is Walk Lamet, right? Walk Lamet. I think that's about right. A journey to Tural. This is long and short of it. I don't remember how to do his voice. It was like a Scottish, Irish. This is the long and short of it. At the very least, I ask that you go on this hunt of hers and take her measure for yourself. So, where to for our hunt? The stronger the prey, the better. I don't know. Let's ask Graha. I'm sure he'll know. The game's afoot. Grahatia appears equal parts bewildered and excited. Well, of course, Graha wants to go on an adventure. The chance to not only see Tural, but the fabled Golden City besides. This is the stuff of grand adventures, my friend. Of course it is. Of course Graha's going to be interested. Oh, which is not to say that you should hastily accept the invitation. Mind, there's still a great deal we do not know. So let us begin to rectify that by first getting acquainted with our visitor in the manner she suggests. I'm not certain what might be suitable location for her hunt, however. When I was at the guild earlier, I learned about a petition from researchers on the Isle of Han. You went there not long ago and culled some unruly fauna, of course, but according to recent reports, other ordinarily docile fauna have grown savage. It's believed that they've been unsettled by some manner of predator, and so the researchers seek assistance with identifying and dispatching it. As part of your hunt, perhaps you might answer the petition. That's not a bad idea. The isle isn't far, and we would also be helping those in need. That works for me. I need to figure out how to do the accent for her, because like in Endwalker they were supposed to be Indian accents, but this is supposed to be like Argentinian and South American kind of thing. So I'll need to actually like think about how to do that correctly. Just so you know, I've honed my skills against some of the fiercest beasts in Tural. Yeah, well, I've killed gods, so I don't know how that compares. Whatever this creature is, it had better be able to put up a proper fight, or it'll end before we have the chance to get acquainted. What's Kryl thinking about? And before we can prove ourselves capable and dependable companions. My apologies, but I must see to some preparations. Of course, Kryl's not going to be here. Thankfully, I think she actually does get some part to play in Dawn Trail, but like, she always gets written out of the story. Pray go on ahead to the Isle. I will join you as soon as possible. Okay, so maybe she'll actually be able to join us and do something. And I get she's not like a combat person, but like it's just always frustrating to see her like sidelined. If the rest of you are ready, let us head to the harbor. This being guild ship business, it should be simple enough to secure a vessel. Alright then, let's head on over to the harbor. See if we can get a ship. Let's see, where exactly we're going. Okay, yeah, over by the ship. You know, the ships. Oh yeah, this is, the Isle was, Aetherfont, right? Or the Charlie mainland? Yeah, Isle of Ham, that's where we're headed. So unruly fun, oh, that's an understatement. Anyway, looks like, yeah, we gotta head over by the entrance to the dungeon. And let's go ahead, once we get over here, we'll go ahead and, okay, yeah, looks like it's gonna be a solo instance, which makes sense. Dr. Graha, Aaronville, and then walk Lamet. I forget how they said it. Cryo was acting a little strange, don't you think? This is just a simple hunt. I wonder what preparations she needs to make. Well, first of all, she needs to change her clothes, because she's been wearing the same outfit since Heaven's Ward. We have the loan of a ship from one of the captains, a cheery fellow. I can operate the vessel, so we don't need to trouble him to take us. Well, that's good. Anyway, let's talk to Wakalamet here and get started. So we have to take a ship. Ugh, and I've barely set foot on dry land. Oh well, I suppose it's for a good cause. A hunt? Come on, let's get going. On boarding the ship, some cutscenes play a sequence. Again, make sure you get your popcorn. Recommend set aside promote time, addition, required battle. Yeah. Let's go. Got the popcorn ready? Let's get going. Yep, that's the Aetherfont.
From here, we must walk.
So much ice. It rivals even Yogg-Tural.
Oh right, this said, when I read that description, it said this island was north.
I wonder what it tastes like.
Well, let's not just go slaughtering everything, okay?
Remember, we're here to deal with creatures that have been deemed an unacceptable danger. Do not attack anything else unprovoked.
I know. So this is the isle where ether literally bursts forth.
Aye, the Isle of Ham. The geysers lie deep inland, however.
You really are knowledgeable. Kona told me nothing about this place.
I doubt your brother managed to come out this way. He's like to have toured facilities like Labyrinthos, however.
The great big cavern under the city. It's amazing that they could make a sky down there complete with a sun.
Well, kinda.
This brother of yours, he has been to Sharlayan.
He has. Kona's my second older brother, and until recently he was a student in this city. He went on and on about technological amusements. It made me want to come here too one day. And so I did. I think I understood something of how he felt when I set foot in his beloved studium.
He went to the studium? Your brother must be quite a scholar. But I wonder, like you, he'd be royalty, yes? With such a personage coming to Sharlayan to receive an education would surely have caused a stir, yet I recall nothing of the sort.
He was probably in like secret or something.
He consulted with the head of the studium beforehand, that his identity might remain secret.
Well, I would hope so.
Being Mikote, he had no trouble blending in.
Oh, okay.
He's
That's
adopted
right.
like me, you see.
That's right. I was thinking it was
One
like
time,
Hrothgar,
though,
a male
he
Hrothgar.
almost let it slip to a professor. It was all he could do to parry the barrage of questions.
Having no shortage of questions myself, I can imagine.
Ask whatever you like. I don't mind. But I maintain, hunting together is the best way to get to know someone.
The researchers should be up ahead. Let's find them and learn what we can.
All right, let's go hunting.
The researchers should be just ahead.
That's not how his hair looks. That's completely wrong.
The building to the northeast.
He's got highlights, not a full, like...
So,
Thing.
ordinarily harmless creatures have grown savage.
Don't know what's got them riled up, but I'll take down any that thinks to try me. Right, let's hunt our fill.
Man, let me tank this. Okay, Aramil's just standing at the side. My brain was like, I don't think he can fight. What's my item level? I didn't actually check that. 642, okay. It said it was synced down to 660. It's like, yeah, no, I'm not that high. Oh, this is just literally the Aether font. Looks like someone's getting trolled. Oh, but yeah, she's a warrior.
Taste my axe.
These animals are usually so docile.
Ma'am, I can tank this all of this. Just let me take everything. The music is old Charlian motif, but with more of a wild instrumentation. Oh, thank goodness you've come. I take it you're the ones who answered our petition? Wait, aren't you? You're Brilliant. You are. Brilliant. The adventurer who saved our star. Would that our meeting was under better circumstances. I was conducting a routine inspection of the transporter here when I suddenly found myself surrounded. You'll find more of the same across the chasm, once docile animals grown strangely aggressive. My colleagues there can tell you more. If you'll give me just a moment, I can finish checking our equipment. Alright.
You really are famous.
Well, yeah, I'm the main character.
And for good reason, as you'll soon see for yourself.
Didn't we just do 2 fights? And I tanked literally everything. Despite how much she was trying to take all of my aggro.
Quite an interesting contraption you've got here.
So we got
Is that our
another...
petitioner? Let's go and have a chat.
Well, I'm already on the way there. Distressed researcher first. I've come to answer the petition. Oh, if you've come to answer the petition, you should speak with my colleague here. Okay. The adventurer come to answer my petition, I presume. We're most fortunate to have one of your considerable skill here to aid us. A creature of unknown origins has been sighted on the island in recent days. We believe its presence has affected the local fauna. I wonder what it could possibly be. I say that like I actually know what there is. No, I don't know what it is. The animals beyond this gate are the worst affected we've encountered thus far, though we dare not go back. Your task is to quell any threats you find, and search for traces of the beast responsible for all of this. If you should find anything at all, we would be most grateful if you would share it with us. Okay, sounds good to me. Let's kill some more stuff.
I'll handle this.
No, I will. Okay, thanks.
Is that all?
She keeps taking my kills.
Come on.
What the heck is
Let's
this?
pick up the creature's trail.
Yeah, like, what is this? We should probably investigate this. You find ravaged beast remains torn to shred by sharp talons.
These
What?
claw
Sharp
marks.
talons?
I've seen their like before.
You have? What do you mean you have? What do you mean you've seen this
It's starting
before?
to feel like a proper hunt.
So where are we supposed to be going? This looks like just an empty field. Oh, there we go. Tattered plumage. You find feathers scattered about the ground. There are signs of a fierce struggle.
Feathers. But did they belong to the predator or the prey?
So, how do you prefer our prey? Roasted or raw?
You
Ma'am.
presume it's even safe to eat?
Man, please calm down. There we go. Animal leavings. Yeah, we gotta track this thing. The cloying stench of fresh leavings assail your nostrils. Whatever beast left them is likely still close by.
Still fresh. Whatever this beast, it cannot be far.
Oh, okay. It's not a troll, that's for sure.
Do you suppose they're upset we disturbed their home?
Who knows? If they're spoiling for a fight, then they've got one.
Let's head back and report what we found.
Yeah, we found some big bad monsters and a pile of poop. Oh, right, concerned research. Oh, of course you can't fall right down there. Don't go far. I like her energy, but I can see how she could be a little annoying. Oh my. That thing's quite horny.
Powerful wings and razor-sharp talons. Worthy prey.
Nope, that's not the prey. Or rather, it is the prey.
Ah! What is that thing?
Looks like Toucan Sam's cousin.
It
It's awesome.
speaks?
It's heading towards the falls.
I'll stay with the researchers. The creature, I leave to you.
I mean, to be fair, Ernville, you're not exactly a fighter.
Come, Woklamat.
Right.
So was she actually afraid of it for a second there, or was she just like, whoa, that thing's awesome?
Just so we're clear, I wasn't startled by the beast earlier. It caught me by surprise, that's all.
Right.
Forgive me, but I failed to see a difference.
I'm getting hungry. Let's be done with this so we can eat.
Right.
Caught me by surprise! Caught me by surprise!
Think you're clever, huh? I'll rip off that beak and roast you on a spit!
Well, let's get cooking. I mean, fighting.
Talk all you like, Bird. I'm going to have the last laugh. Oh, I'm going to enjoy sinking my teeth into you.
Thank you, Graha, for the heals.
Shut up already, you blasted bird!
I knew I would repeat that. Picking Flurry. Okay, it's probably just, yeah, right in front of it. Or no.
I've never seen such an enormous colibri.
Sticky Spit. That sounds delicious.
Not good. Quickly, gather together.
Yeah, Graha, get over here. Oh. Why did they say that was a...
I've got you.
Okay, she's gonna yank us over here with the warrior PvP ability.
Steady now.
Pecking Flurry is gonna be another one of the AoE. Swoop is probably right in front of him. Yeah.
Spread out, everyone.
Nah, I don't feel like I'm not gonna move.
Whee!
Oof.
You paid for that.
She's gonna yank us out again? Oh no, it's just a quick time event. Okay, slowpokes. And you have way more than enough time to do this.
Thank you.
Oh, shouldn't have used Vengeance there, that was a waste. Thought I was still inside of it for a second there. I've gotta get the wings this time.
That was hardly a tickle.
I mean, it was only hardly a tickle because Graha's healing us.
Try this.
Yeah, that's a crazy LB. Why can't warriors have damaging LBs? Because they're tank. I know they're tanks, but that would be cool if there was like a damage LB and a tank LB. But the thing is, that's the whole like mechanic, is that they LBs are locked to what class you were.
Throw everything you have at it.
So it wouldn't really make sense to have multiple different kinds of limit breaks, would it? Anyway.
and I had barely limbered up.
Right. Yeah.
It was a terrible foe, but no match for your axe.
Oh, girl, giving her some encouragement. Clearly, she's a little bit green when it comes to fighting.
Only to be expected.
That's why she's
You
seeking
were
our help.
pretty impressive yourselves. I was right to invite you on a hunt.
And it's still alive.
But what a curious bird that was. Though we have similar in Tural, they don't grow so big or use such dirty tricks.
Dirty tricks, dirty tricks.
Aye, dirty and despicable. Otherwise, I could have
Right.
easily...
Leave this to me!
Nope, there she is. First appearance of Pictomancer.
How about you?
And she changed her outfit.
Cryle!
I am terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
Yeah, she's still frozen in fear.
She arrived as I was seeing the researchers to safety. It was all I could do to keep up with her after I explained what happened.
So this is what you meant by seeing to preparations?
After hearing of the contest, I thought how wonderful it would be to join you. In coming here, I wanted to demonstrate my skill at arms to Wuklamut. Alas, it seems I missed most of the action.
That was amazing! The piece didn't stand a chance!
I'm glad to have been of service.
May I ask what inspired this change?
You will recall the time you descended to the ethereal sea in search of Heidelin.
Yeah, I think she even said that she was a bit frustrated by that.
Recognizing that my skills were inadequate, I chose to provide support from afar, rather than join you. It was the same when you set forth for Ultima Thule. How it pained me to stay behind, again and again. That's what inspired this change. Ever since the final days were averted, I've used every spare moment to hone my craft.
Of Pictomancy.
As you all have adapted your methods to suit the circumstances, I started by considering how I might best contribute. And after much deliberation, I arrived at my answer. With the esoteric art passed down by the legendary Archon realm, Pictomancy. As I recall, you have embraced versatility to effectively complement a certain someone's style. What I do is much the same. Like you, I don't want to be left behind.
Yeah, because he can adjust to tank, healer, or
Indeed.
DPS.
I must say, you appear to be especially keen on being involved in the ritual of succession. Is there any particular reason?
Yes, there is. This letter from Tuli Yolal. It was addressed to my grandfather Galuf and turned up among the students' archives. The ink was faded, so I couldn't fully make out the sender's name. Galul.
Her father?
Someone.
Jaja. Gulul Jaja. That's my father, the Dawn servant. What does the letter say?
While much of it isn't legible, it appears to be a request to investigate the Golden City.
A request to investigate the Golden City? From the Dawn servant himself?
Well, well. Seems it may be more than a rumor after all.
Being a member of the royal family, it was my hope that you could confirm the authenticity of this letter.
I can say for a fact that my father didn't write this.
That sounds like she said did, but the subs say didn't.
Given how culturally diverse Tuliyollal is, it was decided some time ago that a common language was needed. But instead of elevating an existing tongue and its speakers above all others, we looked to those widely spoken overseas and created an altogether new one.
I mean, Eorza speaks common tongue, or
The
I think that's what they
similarities
call
to
it.
your common tongue also make it quite easy to communicate in these situations, no? This letter, however, is entirely in Eorzean. If father had written this, he would have been in Turali.
You sure about that?
And what's more, it bears a wax seal.
Okay,
We don't bother with them.
that's a little more
So
telling.
the letter is fraudulent, then?
Oh, I didn't mean to say that. My father's signature is genuine, as far as I can tell, so perhaps he simply dictated it.
Either way, we can just go ask him, right?
I see. Oh, thank you for the confirmation. It seems my grandfather indeed had dealings with Tuliyollal. I can't help but be curious as to what exactly he was doing there. In order to help us decide on a course of action, would you mind if I asked you some questions about your home?
By all means. After all, learning about one another was the purpose of this hunt.
Yeah, I
We
sure
can
learned a
talk
lot
while
about
feasting
you.
on this fellow. I, for one, am starving.
We're eating that.
As long as I don't have to prepare it. Oh, it was fun. We learned a lot about Wuklamont. That's for sure. She's clearly not quite as experienced a fighter as she wants us to believe. Thanks to Wuklamont, we now know who sent this letter to Grandfather, among other things, but many questions still remain. I understand Kryle's feelings all too well, the desire to do one's part. It can be daunting to try and keep up, but nothing will change unless we take the first step. Ah, what an exciting hunt that was. And now, it's time to savor the reward. Yeah. With the wildlife pacified and the researchers safe, our task is complete. That just leaves the matter of the colibri meat. For better or worse, there's really only one place we can take it in here to Charlene. Yeah, I was gonna think, like, can we give it to the last stand to make something? Come, let us see what Deacon can cook up for us. Alright, let's head on over to the last stand, see if we can get some good grub from that meat. If there's really much edible meat on that thing. Well, the thing is, even with something like bear meat, which is like really smelly, if you prepare it right, you can use the smell to your advantage in a way. So the quest I forgot is the game is afoot. Pretty funny. Alright, Deacon, what can you do for us? Well now, there's a famished face if I've ever seen one. What can I get you, Brilliant? I got this giant bird. Oh, bird meat from the hunt, you say? Leave it to me. I have just the recipe. It's a new dish I recently learned from some sailors. And for you lot, it's on the house. Have as much as you like, you hear? Okay, sounds good to me. Free food? Well, it's not free, we hunted it ourselves. Of course, she's got tons of meat.
Come, come. Let's enjoy the bounty of our first outing together. I'd heard that Charlian cuisine was terrible, but this is fantastic.
The Last Stand is an exception.
What is this? Oh, it smells spicy.
Oh, can he not take any spice?
Oh, come now. Since when did you become so soft? It's not like we don't have spicy food in Tural, too.
She's gonna be spiced out.
According to Dickon, intensely hot dishes have become popular in Radz-at-Han after a traveler ordered a curry with several times the
Zero.
usual amount of spice. So he started offering the same in order to please the growing Hanish population here in Charlian.
Oops.
It's nothing I can't handle.
Right.
Your boorish manners reflect poorly on the both of us. I wish you would consider your station.
I really don't see the problem.
I swear, sometimes it feels like you open your mouth only to criticize.
Would I be correct in assuming you've known each other for a long
But
time?
clearly.
Aye, thick as thieves since we were little.
I beg to differ. She is a long-standing acquaintance. Nothing more.
Anvil, I'm tempted to agree with her.
I see. I see.
All this time you were from Tural. Oh, would that I had known sooner. There's so much I'd like to ask.
She had her tiny Lala cup.
You and everyone else. I've kept it quiet so as to avoid the endless interrogations.
Well, if he's going to be a miser, I'll be happy to tell you about our homeland instead. Since ancient times, many peoples have called Tural home, and they've been fighting each other for nearly as long.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
The fighting finally stopped some 80 years ago, when the reigning Dawn Servant unified the disparate communities and founded a new nation.
And that's how Tuliolal came to be.
Since then, we've enjoyed an era of uninterrupted peace. But my father is getting old, and he wishes to relinquish the throne to a worthy successor. One who can preserve his legacy. Including myself, there are 4 claimants to the throne. But while we all have the right to participate, one among us cannot be allowed to rule.
And that's where we're gonna have to stop.
A man who is too ambitious by half. Word of the Garlean Empire's collapse has reached Tural. While most are simply relieved, he sees weakness to exploit and would lead our armies across the seas on a campaign of conquest.
That's not good.
After everything my father has done to give us peace, he would drag us back into war. can't allow it. No matter what, I must win this contest.
I understand your reasons. But this being an event that will dictate the course of your nation's future, is it appropriate for outsiders like us to be involved?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that too. Why are we getting involved in this?
It's more than appropriate. The Dawn Servant himself expressly encourages it.
I guess he wants to promote cooperation between nations.
The ruler of Tural must navigate the intricacies of myriad cultures, and there's no better way to prove oneself qualified to do so than to work with foreign allies.
That makes sense.
That's why I sought you out. Through our hunt, I've confirmed that you're a warrior of considerable skill.
Yeah, and I've
More
confirmed you're not.
importantly, one of good
That's a bit
character
harsh.
as well. And so I ask you, will you lend me your strength and help me win the throne of Tulihualal? You don't need to decide right this moment. But I will need you if I'm to triumph over the competition. I'll stay here as long as I can while waiting for your answer.
In that case, allow us to prepare a room for you at the Baldessian Annex.
She finally put
That's
on her
very
coat.
kind of you.
More meat.
Oh, and one more thing. Once we finish eating, would you mind if I took the rest of the meat?
Of course. Hey man, leave me a portion. Alright, let's talk to Graha and then Aaronville and wrap this one up. Then there's one more quest after that. Judging by Wokelamot's reaction, it appears Turiel cuisine isn't excessively fiery. Well, I mean, I think that dish was excessively fiery, considering it was zeros tastes. Anyway, let's talk to Aaronville. Whether Wokelamot has the makings of a ruler, I couldn't say, but I do know that she deeply cares for her nation and her people. Whether you choose to help her, though, is for you and you alone to decide. Think on it well. Now then, it's past time I reported our mission success to the guild ship. I would have done so sooner, except Her Highness needed to have her royal meal. I shall come by the annex later. Till then. Alright, well, I can actually use this, so I'll just take it.